We got this washing machine a little less than a week ago, and when we got it, I had absolutely no idea that it would lead to what's about to happen. As you can see, this is where the washing machine is supposed to be, and you can also see that there is some tile missing out of our laundry room. You can see that there's some tile missing from here as well, and also just about all of the tile in the bathroom is now no longer here. So what's the deal? Why is the washing machine moved already after we just installed it less than a week ago? Are we getting rid of it already? No, absolutely not. That's not what we're doing. Do you guys remember the video I released about a week and a half ago showing the plumbing issue where the standpipe that the washer drains into would overflow? That is because the main sewer line in this house is original. It was installed when this house was built in 1970 and it has never been replaced, and it's to the point where it's just completely full of holes. We had a plumber come out and clear the line, and that didn't make any difference with the washing machine standpipe overflowing and flooding the basement. So now we're just finally getting the entire main sewer line replaced in this house, which is something we've needed to do for a long time, and we were just getting by with it being how it is up until now when we got this new washing machine that has a proper drain pump, unlike any of the other machines that have been in this house since I lived here. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be around when they tear up the floor in the basement, but I really want to see what goes on. So here's my solution. What I am about to show you is the most ghetto thing I have ever done for any production of any sort. We're going to go ahead and start off in the laundry room because this is the most ghetto part of it. As I showed earlier, the floor has some of the tile missing because I believe this is where the main drain line is, and I think this is what they're going to be jackhammering up to get to the main sewer line. And I have duct taped to the ceiling a GoPro HERO10 with its charger plugged in to an extension cord that runs over here on top of this duct and then down to where the washing machine usually plugs in. And this is scheduled to start recording 15 minutes before the people are supposed to come in and start. Very, very nice feature. I thought I would never use it. I thought it was a useless feature on the GoPros, but look at that. It's coming in useful. So I can be gone and it'll just start recording for me. But it doesn't end there. As you can see on the other side of this extension cord, there's another extension cord. Let's follow that out the door and over to another GoPro. This looks awful. As I said, guys, this is the most ghetto thing I have ever done for any production ever. But if it works, which I think it will, it's gonna be nice. So this one right here is gonna get kind of this sort of angle so you can see what they do to the bar area. And as you guys can see, the drum set's also gone. And what's kind of disappointing is they're going to tear up this tile from what I understand. Look at this tile, guys. You just don't see stuff like this anymore. I really like the way this tile looks. And it's a shame that they're going to be getting rid of it. I understand that there's like nothing you can really do to save the tile, although it looks like these two pieces might have came out in one piece. I don't know. But look at the detail in this tile, guys. You don't see stuff like this anymore. This house, as I said, was built in 1970, and absolutely nothing in it was updated, including, as you know now, the main sewer line. That's also why this basement still has wood paneling up. I really like the look of it. I know I'm in the minority there, but say what you want. I think wood paneling looks cool. I like the retro look it has. One last thing, and then I'll shut up about the age of this house. When we first moved in, there were floor-to-ceiling mirrors in the dining room, and behind those mirrors was fuzzy wallpaper. That's how old this house was, and that's just more proof that nothing was ever done to it before we moved in 2013. Continuing on in the basement, as you can see, nothing's here anymore. This is where I shoot my unboxing videos. I hang a green screen behind me, I set up a table and a camera and lights and all that good stuff, and I film. Usually, these shelves are right behind the green screen, but as you can see, they're gone. And from what I understand, they're going to be taking the floor out all the way up to the wall, and then even going through the wall. So I put up another GoPro. This one's a HERO8. It should do the trick. Again, super freaking ghetto rig, just duct taped to the wall with one of the little GoPro tripods. The bathroom is torn up as well. This whole bathroom is getting removed, the toilet, the sink, and the shower. So of course, there's another GoPro in here. It's another HERO8 just clamped to the drywall of the ceiling, right where the sprinkler main is. Of course, they're all plugged in. I'll give you a little tour of that. More ghetto freaking duct tape. This runs all the way into the guest room over here, and then all the way on the floor over here into the outlet on the wall right there. And then, as you might have seen, we've got the three-way tap on the end of that extension cord, and we have another one that runs out here all the way over here to this GoPro. super, super ghetto, but if it works, it works. I'm gonna give you all the information that I know about this project. Pretty much all I know is they estimated 6 hours with the jackhammer to get this main sewer line exposed. And it's because of that I have set all the GoPros I just showed you down to 1080p. There's a couple reasons I did this. The main reason is because of storage. 6 hours of 4K footage is a lot, especially when you have 4 cameras. That's what is that, 24 hours of footage? And the 256 gigabyte cards I have in those cameras can't even hold 6 hours of 4K footage. So I stepped them all down to 1080p at 60 frames a second. The other reason for that is heat. As you guys know, the GoPros are awful with their overheating issue. I don't know how long these are gonna run. I hope I get the whole 6 hours of the project recorded, but I don't think that's gonna happen because of the track record these GoPros have with me with their overheating issue. Either way, recording at 1080p takes less processing power, generates less heat, so you get the idea. They should hopefully run longer recording in 1080p versus if I was trying to do this in 4K. The point is, this ghetto freaking setup I have with all the GoPros is pretty much all I'm gonna be able to do to record this process. I hope it works, I really do, because I want to see what goes on in my basement while they're jackhammering the floor up. But if it doesn't work out, I guess that's just the way it's gonna be. The setup only took me about an hour to do. As you can probably tell, I didn't put much time into it. I just wanted something. It doesn't have to look good, it's not permanent. I just wanted something that would hopefully, potentially, most likely work for what I'm doing for one day, and we'll just see what happens. It's just about 5:30 in the morning as I'm recording this, so they should be getting here in about 3 hours-ish, 2.5, 3-ish hours to start tearing up this basement. The next clip you're gonna see is either the aftermath when I get home from work and I can record what happened to the basement, or if my ghetto setup works, you're gonna get to see some footage of them actually tearing up the floor. With that said, guys, I guess sit back and enjoy the destruction of my basement. Huh. Don't know why I'm surprised, but this is the story with all 4 of the GoPros. 40 minutes we got out of this one. Well, that's freaking useless. This one we got an hour and 25-minute clip and also a 2 hour and 35-minute clip. Now the reason there's 2 clips on this one, come on bruh. The reason there's 2 clips on this one is because I actually was able to come home for a little bit and noticed that this one wasn't going, so I got it going again, and it gave me the whole, your camera overheated during recording even though it was only 1080p 60 in a 60-degree basement. Drives me crazy. I'm not happy with the Hero 10's overheating issue. This is the Hero 8 that was in the bathroom, and as you can see we got not even 2.5 hours out of it. So the Hero 8's too. They're on my bad list now too. This one's interesting, check this out. This is the one that was over looking into the area where I do my unboxing videos. 26 hours? They weren't even up for that long. So I don't know what the deal is, but I know what you all want to see. And what you all want to see is the aftermath. Take a look at that. The whole floor is just completely torn up, and it is so weird seeing my basement like this. We'll get to the bathroom in a second. Right over here, this is, as you guys know, where I shoot the unboxing videos and things like that. This is ridiculous. Again, it's just so weird to see my basement like this. I never thought I'd see it. I never thought I'd see the day where this floor gets torn up and the main sewer line gets replaced. Right there, that looks like part of the old line. The old line was cast iron, and as you can see now, we have the black plastic line. But yeah, it's a mess. So let's go ahead and start off in the laundry room. As you can see, it looks like they rebuilt most of this tree. I don't know the proper term for this assembly here, but you can see they gave us a new standpipe, which is nice. The old one's sitting right there, and it looks like they rebuilt everything that's, you know, lower than this line right here, because as you can see, the line gets bigger, and if I remember correctly, the line used to be the same as that all the way down, and I can't tell for sure if they replaced it because the freaking GoPro I had up here only lasted for 40 minutes before it overheated. So thank you, GoPro. Very nice, very reliable product you guys make. But anyway, as you can see, my theory was correct. The part of the floor where they pulled tile from is exactly where they jackhammered all the concrete out and pulled the old line out. Now you can see this is new. We're going to be getting a floor drain added in here, which is very nice because if this ever happens again, it'll at least have somewhere else to go. If the washing machine were to overflow for some reason, it's not just going to flood the basement, it's going to go into a floor drain, which is how it should have been from the beginning, but this house was built in 1970, so I don't know if their codes were different. I'm sure the plumbing codes were different, but I'm not sure why they wouldn't have put a floor drain in the laundry room, but then put one behind the bar. Continuing out, another thing I found interesting was the fact that they left the door jamb on the bottom here. They left that in place underneath both of the doors. The other door being the bathroom door, that still has the bottom door jamb as well. But I thought they would have just taken it out completely, but I guess not. And I believe they're going to be refilling the trench with the dirt they pulled out. That's why they saved it, I would guess. As you can see, none of the concrete is here. That was all taken out. I'm not sure what they did with it because my cameras failed me. We can continue to follow the drain line here, and right about here is where the original floor drain is. Now, I was happy to see that most of the tile survived, and then I saw this. Why didn't they touch this floor drain? If you listen to this part of the video that the GoPros did manage to capture, you can hear them saying this.
She would like to get rid of it, but we're gonna see.
What they're saying is my mom told them that we want to get rid of this floor drain. That is not what we said. We wanted to keep this and have it tied in to the new line, and as you can see, that was not done, so that drain just leads to nothing right now. Hopefully when they come back tomorrow to finish this, we can have them tie that in and just be all good. As you can see right here, this is the bathroom. We'll get to that in just a second, but continuing down the main drain line right here, you can see there's another, I I guess, tee off, and that goes into the furnace room. And in the furnace room right here, you can see we're going to be getting another floor drain installed, but I don't know why there's a standpipe. I don't know what the purpose for that is. My first thought was maybe it's a vent of some sort. I don't know why they would put it here, but I also don't know really anything about plumbing, so maybe it is a vent, but I'm sure it does something. I am glad to see they at least put P-traps on the floor drains. That's how it should be. I don't know if the original one had a P-trap, but the two new ones that are getting installed do. Didn't really show the one in the laundry room very well, but you can see it does have a P-trap. Now this is where another one of the GoPros was, and one thing it did capture when they pulled up the carpet right here was the original carpet from the basement. That's right, we had carpet on top of carpet in this basement because the previous owner of this house was super cheap and did everything that he could to save as much money as possible. Personally, I think that red carpet with the wonky design looks really cool. Yeah, and here it is right here. Oh, look at how awesome that is, guys. I don't care what any of you say, this looks cool, and I wish we could just have this be our carpet. I think that looks awesome. Really quick before we continue, I want you to listen to my mom's reaction to seeing this carpet.
Wow, look at that carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get a picture of that. Wow.
Really, really cool design. You don't see stuff like that anymore. Also, like, check out the roots that are in here. This is the basement, guys. We're underground here, but the roots found a way to get down here. Look at that. There's even a nice big one right there. That's really nice. So again, I don't know much about plumbing, but I'm sure the roots had something to do with the main line going bad, but I also heard that the entire, like, bottom part of the pipe was completely rotted away with this old line. And when we had the sewer inspection done back in 2012 when we first were buying this place, they never put their camera in this pipe. I don't know how you could be so ignorant to miss this. I don't know how bad it was when we moved in, but this floor drain right here, ever since we moved in, it always made a bubbling sound when the washing machine would drain. Yes, even back when we had the old Maytag Neptune. So I'm sure this has needed to be done for more than 10 years now, but it's finally getting done. And now, it's finally time to check out the bathroom. It's not a bathroom anymore. So this is where the sink used to be. Half of the shower is still here. It's really weird to see a shower without the rest of its enclosure. It's just the walls and, you know, the shower head and the handle. This is where the toilet used to be. It's so weird seeing there just not be a floor in the bathroom. They didn't break the mirror though, so that's always a good thing. I still need to take all these extension cords down, and as you guys can see, the duct tape let go. What a shock that is. It's not like this was a super ghetto setup or anything, but yep. The camera that was looking in this area actually got the most footage out of the four of them, which I guess is good because they did a lot more over here than I thought they were going to. I didn't really fully understand what they were going to be doing for this project, but that's, yeah, there you go. And they actually did go outside into the street and take out part of the street for this as well. I had wanted to include video of that, but unfortunately the security camera that I had outside decided that it wanted to die during this, and I lost all of the footage it recorded. Don't buy consumer security products, guys. Just spend the money and get a proper system. I don't even want to go back upstairs because this is so fascinating to me. It's so weird seeing the basement like this, all torn up, freaking Home Depot 5-gallon buckets everywhere. It is ridiculous. It's so cool, but like, it's also a disaster, you know? It's really cool to see, like, this is the sewer line. This is how it works. It's just under concrete. But yeah, that's where it's at so far, guys. I don't know how long they were here. I think they were down here with the jackhammer for like 8-9-ish hours, which is ridiculous. My mom told me something about the dirt being really hard to dig in, which is something I experienced with the sprinkler replacements I've done over the years. I'm sure this was like on a next level of what I experienced. It's nice to see they put pea gravel under the pipe though. I do know that much, that you're supposed to do that at least. Pretty much all that's left for them to do at this point is come back later today and fill this back in with the dirt and the concrete that they're going to be bringing in. I'm not going to leave the GoPros up for that because they failed so miserably yesterday for the digging process that it's just not worth it to me. I'll see if I can maybe have someone that's going to be here record the process of filling the trench in. I can't promise anything's going to happen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but having the GoPros up again is just going to be a waste of time because they didn't do anything useful. And it drives me crazy because this has been a problem with GoPros for so long. All those GoPros are on their latest firmwares, and it's still an issue years later. GoPro, you gotta fix that, or you're gonna start losing customers. Because if you can't rely on a camera to do what it's supposed to do, it's an action camera, it's supposed to be durable, it's supposed to be able to tolerate extreme conditions, and this is a basement where it's not hot, and they overheated within, you know, an hour or two. So that's it until they come back to fill the trench in. I can't think of anything else to say about this other than what a disaster. But it's something that needed to happen. So it's now the end of, I think, day 3 of this whole deal, and as you can see, there's no more plastic hanging behind me, which is very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what went on down here today. So we're gonna go ahead and start off in the laundry room, and as you can see, the washing machine is still not where it's supposed to be, but check this out. We have the trench filled in with concrete. We also have the floor drain here. We'll come back to that in just a second. Take a look at that, guys. The whole trench has finally been filled in, including the floor in the bathroom. The bathroom is where it kind of gets interesting because we're going to be remodeling this bathroom at some point. I have no idea when that's going to happen. So for now, the floor just gets to stay like this with this like arrow shape of the new concrete on the floor here. And, you know, a third of a shower. This will eventually be the drain for the shower. This is all the plumbing for the sink with this, like, funky P-trap right here. I don't think I've ever seen one put together like that. Definitely interesting. And then this, of course, is where the toilet is going to be going. There's the water line for it, and the new clean out that was added, and what's left of the original... I don't even think this was tile. I don't think I can call this tile. It's like some sort of vinyl thing that they put over the concrete, but that's about all that's left of it. And I'll also give you a better look at the 1/3 of a shower that we have left. And as you can see, the hole is still in the ceiling. This was from another plumbing issue we had. I don't really remember what it was, but we never fixed the hole in the ceiling because, again, we're going to get this whole bathroom redone at some point. So what's the point in fixing it if we're just going to have to tear it out again at some point anyway? Here's the other floor drain they added in the furnace room, and here's the standpipe they put next to it. Now, when I first saw the standpipe, I had a theory that it might be some sort of a vent, and it looks like my theory was correct because, as you can see, that's a vent. It's definitely a vent of some sort, but I have absolutely no idea what the purpose of it is, but it's here, and they did some like weird grading, whatever the proper term is, with the concrete here to kind of make a funnel into the drain, but I don't know how effective that's going to be because the water heater's all the way over there and the drain is all the way over on this side of the furnace room. Over here in my Ghetto Rig studio area, they filled this part of the trench in as well. Not really much to see here. It's just, you know, it's really echoey in this corner now with the trench filled in and still no carpeting. But there you go. This part of the trench is filled in now as well. And it's really weird hearing an echo in this basement because it's never been like that for the entire 10 years I've lived here. So now we got to talk about this floor drain. And as you can see, it's no longer a floor drain. It's been filled with concrete. From what I understand, this was taken out because the floor over here isn't graded enough for it to actually be effective. I still would have preferred that they just, you know, take out the 1.5 foot of concrete and put in the 1.5 foot pipe it would have taken to tie it into the new line. But I guess this was easier or something for them. So it's just completely full of concrete now. So there is now no longer a floor drain in this area. But I was glad to see that the tile remained intact for the most part over here, except for, what is this, 3 tiles that are missing. We still have the sink and the toilet over here and the rest of the shower, not including the floor. I think the floor of the shower was destroyed when they took out, you know, the rest of the floor of the basement. And unfortunately, this retro high flow Sears toilet, as you can see right there, it says Sears, will not be going back in the bathroom, which really annoys me because you can't get toilets that actually flush anymore. Apparently what happened was they broke the lid for the tank and they couldn't find a replacement, so they're going to be replacing the whole toilet. I'm not too happy about that. I wish they were more careful and didn't break the lid, but that's what happened. And this toilet's going away. Coming back in the laundry room here, this is where the drain is. It's right directly in front of the door. I would have put it maybe right about here, so you're not like stepping right on it every time you walk into the laundry room, but it's better than nothing, and this is just where it's going to stay now because the concrete is pretty much all the way set up. We have about, I think, 8 hours until we can actually start walking on it and moving things back, but that's where the floor drain for the laundry room is now. Who would have thought that just wanting a nicer washing machine would lead to the destruction of the entire basement? So how did they go about filling the trench back in? My theory was correct about why there were buckets of dirt all over my basement. They did end up reusing that for the trench. And then the cement was done differently than I would have expected. I thought they were gonna bring in a cement mixing truck and run a hose down the stairs from the driveway and fill it in that way. Big thanks to my mom for recording these clips for me while I was at work, but check this out. They actually just mixed up bags of concrete in a wheelbarrow right in my driveway and loaded it into those same 5-gallon buckets that the dirt was in and carted them downstairs 2 at a time and dumped it into the trench and smoothed it out by hand. I feel like it would have been more efficient for them to just bring the wheelbarrow down to the basement and mix the concrete down here, because as you can see, they're just shoveling it little by little into these 5-gallon buckets. But maybe they didn't want to make a mess in the basement, but then at the same time they had plastic over everything, so I don't know. But at the same time, this isn't my field. I don't work in the plumbing or the concrete repair field or anything like that, so I'm sure there was a reason that they did it the way they did, and as you saw, the result came out good. I think they did a great job with this. So that's pretty much all that happened for the 3rd day of this project, guys. They came in, filled the trench up, finished the concrete, and now we're just waiting for it to set up the rest of the way. The next, and hopefully the final part of this video is going to be everything getting moved back, the carpet getting put back down over where the trench was dug, and finally testing the washing machine and seeing if the backup issue has been fixed. And after this disaster, I really hope that it's fixed and we never have to worry about it again. Now, I don't know how much I'm going to be filming of the process of putting everything back where it was, but I will at least film the test of the direct drive for you guys. But before we cut to day 4 here, I gotta give you guys one more look at this awesome old school carpet we have down here. Look at this. I really can't get over the fact that they just straight up put carpet over carpet and just left this old 70s carpet here. It looks so cool. I really like this carpet. It actually seems to be in pretty good shape too, so if we wanted to, we could take out this, you know, freaking boring white whatever carpet and expose the classic, you know, retro freaking 70s disco looking carpet. I don't think that's going to happen, but we definitely could. Now, something that's interesting about this carpet is you saw when it was rolled up, there was no padding under it. There's padding over here, though. I'm not going to unroll this carpet, but I'm pretty sure that there is no red carpet over here. It looks like it ends right at this wall. I also have no idea and no real way of knowing without tearing up the white carpet on the stairs if this funky carpet is on the stairs as well, but I can show you this. This is the little hallway that leads to the guest bedroom, and as you can see, there's more of that funky red carpet. So as far as I can tell at least, this carpet extends the rest of the way out this way and even into the guest bedroom. It's so cool looking, and I'm actually kind of glad that the previous owner of this house was so cheap as to just put new carpet over top of this carpet, because this is really cool to see. You don't see stuff like this anymore. That's enough of the old carpet. I'm gonna shut up about it now. As cool as it is, that's enough of it for this video. Let's go ahead and cut over to day 4 here, and as I said, I have no idea how much of the actual process of moving everything back I'm going to record, but you will at least get to see the first ever test of the Whirlpool direct drive with the new sewer line. Check that out, guys. We have all the carpet back where it's supposed to be, my soft boxes are back where they're supposed to be, and everything is back set up over in this area of the basement. The bathroom still isn't completely back together. We don't have a toilet yet because of the issue with they broke the lid of this toilet, but the pieces of the shower are back in here, and so is the sink. I don't know if the sink is hooked up, but it's at least where it's supposed to be. And we, of course, still don't have a finished floor in here either. And in the laundry room, you can see the floor still isn't finished because we don't have tile here, but the concrete is set enough to walk on now, and the washing machine and dryer are back where they're supposed to be. So now it's time to go ahead and test this washing machine and see if it'll overflow the standpipe, which does actually seem to be a little bit bigger than the old one was. I don't know if you can really tell there, but the drain pipe from the washing machine doesn't seem to fill up this new standpipe as much as it did the old one. So it's been a little over a week since this washing machine has been used, which is most likely why it slipped into spin. But check that out. The standpipe is not overflowing, which is awesome. Check that out, guys. It even neutral drained this time too, and we're still not overflowing at the drain pipe. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So we can officially, finally do laundry a week after we got this machine. We actually did get this machine a week ago from the point where I'm recording this part of the video. Absolutely perfect, no problems at all, which is exactly what you would expect from one of these classic machines. Check this out too, we have the bathroom pretty much all put back together except for the shower, of course, but if you take a look at the sink, you can see it now works. Very nice. What's not so nice though is this new toilet. It's a, what is it? It's a Glacier Bay something. I'm sure someone can tell me in the comments everything about this toilet, but all I really care about is that it's no longer a high flow, and I'm not too big of a fan of that. And because I know someone's gonna ask for it in the comments, I'll give you a video of what it looks like when you flush it. Yep, absolutely nothing special about it. There you go, guys. That is officially going to be it for the entire process of tearing up the basement and replacing the main sewer line. This was a super interesting process to me. I've always kind of been curious as to how something like this was done, and now I know how they do it. If you made it all the way to the end of this super long video, congratulations. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you for watching.